a wisdom roll to see if I can recognize any robe that would be synonymous with a that robe would be synonymous with a cult I am aware of.
Um, you how do I say it? You don't need to roll for that because there is the cult. You recognize it is or all right here. You know what? You do need to roll for it.
Okay. Roll
Roll
wisdom.
for yeah. Roll two dice because you're educated.
Okay.
Um, and do a wisdom roll on uh 8.
Okay.
Actually 7. Wait, hold on. What is your wisdom? Yeah, 8.
6.
8.
Okay. I passed the first time.
Okay. Um, you recognize that the robe isn't of a I don't know how to say it. Like it's not that it isn't established, but when you learned of cults, you didn't learn of this cult, or you didn't, but you do recognize that it is a cult, and the characters or the people are acting in a traditionally cultic manner.
Okay. That's
So
kind of helpful. I tell James and Tyler my sudden realization.
they seem astonished and almost defined that it couldn't be happening, but they slowly come to terms that there could be a cult.
Hmm. Uh, I agree. I asked them if they would like to meet up after the seminar in order to further investigate this. And after I do, I return to the backstage area.
All right. All three of you return to the backstage area. And as you arrive, the song has ended, and the a much more tame piece. Um, and it sounds like it's about to end as well. In fact, it does just as you sit down backstage. Um, the crowd applauds and the band files into the audience along with Holly.
Okay. Is it my turn to speak?
Yes.
Okay. I quickly gather my notes, nod at James and Tyler, and go up to the podium where I
Oh,
begin.
as you walk out, you are stopped by the professor, not
Which
the one
one?
who's the not Fizz Widget or whatever his name was, the other one.
Jenkins?
Not Jenkins, the other one.
Oh, what was his name? Hillary?
Uh, Shel
Shelby.
Shel Professor Shelby.
Okay.
Um, and he asks you if you will be painting or like demonstrating techniques that you use per se, because I know he knows that you couldn't paint an entire painting, but
Um, I concede yes and uh, bring out supplies I had backstage already prepared: a small easel and a painting and a uh, palette with paints on it.
all right. Um, so you give your speech, you do some painting, and the crowd uh there's polite applause, and you carry your easel back, and as you're carrying it back, you notice a shadow up on the balcony that you were at before. But immediately after, you are roped in a conversation with Professor
Shelby. Okay.
Jenkins,
Okay.
who congratulates you as the other artist exits and enters the stage. He congratulates you, and you know that you could not make it up to the balcony in time
Okay.
for.
Um, I thank him for the congratulation and ask him if there are any not necessarily guards but people watching the door.
Um, he says, "Which door?"
and I say the main entrance and the balcony.
Like, what do you mean by the main entrance? The main entrance to the like the atrium or
The
the?
main entrance to the seminar hall.
He says there is a like a student employee type thing at the entrance to the seminar. Who is, if you look over to the door, you'll see him inside, but there's no one at the balcony.
Is there an upper entrance to the balcony, or do you have to take the stairs to enter the balcony?
The stairs that you took actually don't lead up to the balcony. They are in the hallways, and then once you go up the stairs, you go to the balcony. So there's just a door to the balcony, and he said there's no one there. I didn't clarify that earlier. That was my bad.
Okay. Um. Anyway, I thank him and sit down to watch James's and Tyler's presentations.
All right, their presentations go off without a hitch. As you do so, you happen to look down at your easel and notice that the pictures that, that you used on it earlier seem almost irregular, like you didn't do them. It just frightens you. It's not like an insanity thing, but it just kind of puts you at unease.
Was it does it was I describing what I was painting while I was painting it?
You were describing the technique you were using, and you weren't painting anything in particular, but different types of brush strokes and whatnot. And it just seems, now that you're looking at it, less professional than it should be. And you're not worried that the students saw that, because it's not like something you would see from the audience.
Yeah.
But you know, like, it would be like a carpenter looking at his work after doing it and realizing he made a mistake that he would almost never make.
Are there any noticeable patterns or anything?
No. It's like if you made a green brush stroke on the left hand, there's still green brush stroke there, but it's not as steady as it would have been before. The only noticeable pattern is that it is equally bad all across the page.
Okay, so with these mysterious cultists now, we are going to see what happens and find out why they are outside and what they want. Next time. Oh, it's scary.